Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over the fastest ways to gain XP and level up in Fortnite Season 5. Once again, Fortnite's basically totally changed the XP gaining system, and therefore the fastest ways to gain XP are pretty different than they've been in the past. Some aspects of gaining XP are better than they used to be, some aspects are worse, and arguably the 2 to 3 most reliable ways to get XP from last season aren't even in the game anymore. So of course we'll cover all that throughout this video while also discussing the best ways to get as much XP as fast as possible, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so let's start this off by quickly discussing what's changed in terms of the XP and level up system. And without a doubt, the biggest change is the fact that both punch cards and quick challenges have seemingly been removed. I guess it's technically possible that they're added back sometime later in the season, but I highly doubt it. These were probably the two easiest and most reliable ways to gain quick and consistent XP, so a lot of people feel like this season is going to be one of the hardest in recent memory for leveling up. And as if that wasn't enough, it also seems that, at least so far, XP coins no longer spawn on the map as well. That one isn't fully confirmed yet, but if it ends up being true, there's yet another hit when it comes to quick XP. So far, the only replacement we have for punch cards and quick challenges are these new things called quests. Now, I think in general, these quests are more work for less XP than what we had last season, but it's also our best option at this point, so you gotta take what you can get. Normally, these quests will reward around 10 to 20k XP each, and what they require you to do is kinda random, like challenges usually are. Eliminate players, search chests, harvest metal, deal damage to structure, visit certain parts of the map. You get the gist of it. Some of them are one-part challenges where you do what's required and you get the XP right there, while others are more like multi-part challenges where you need to do 3 to 4 different stages of tasks before getting the XP. And what really sucks about that is you can only do one stage per game. So let's say stage 1 of the quest is deal 3 AR eliminations, and then, I don't know, stage 2 is deal 500 shotgun damage, for example. It's not like you can get the AR limbs and then move on to the shotgun damage in the same game. So that means that for a 4-stage quest, it would take you 4 different games to complete, which really sucks. And it seems like more and more of these quests are added as time goes on and you level up more and more, which is definitely a good thing. So even though it's definitely a step down from the combination of punch cards and quick challenges, it's still going to be your best bet to gain XP quick in Season 5. Another super interesting, and I would argue incredibly important way to level up as fast as possible is actually a method that was discovered sometime last season, and it's called the creative AFK method. It may sound a tad bit confusing on the surface, but trust me, it's really easy. So first, I'll just tell you how to do it, and then I'll explain why it's so important if you want to level up as fast as you can. So step 1 is to load up creative, but you want to make sure to click create and not play. This creates your own private hub lobby instead of putting you into a creative fill lobby. Once you've loaded into that private creative hub, don't go into any of the portals that bring you into new maps. You don't have to stand totally still or anything, but just make sure to not accidentally run into a portal. What you'll notice when you're in the hub is that there's a timer in the upper right hand corner of your screen, and it starts right around the 3-hour 55-minute mark for some reason. Every 15 minutes that you stay in this creative hub lobby, you're gonna gain 6,300 XP, and it'll even pop up on the bottom of your screen when it happens. However, it isn't unlimited. It only happens the first 5 sets of 15 minutes. So this means that when the timer hits right around 2 hours and 38 minutes remaining, you've gotten the maximum amount of XP that the game will allow you to get from this specific hub. However, you can simply restart from step 1 and do the whole thing over again, back out of the hub, go back to the lobby, and simply recreate a new private hub with a fresh 3-hour 55-minute countdown, and that'll again grant you 5 sets of 6.3k XP. So in case you aren't a big fan of math, doing this method will give you 31.5k XP per each hour and 15 minutes. Now obviously that isn't going to be the absolute fastest method to gain XP possible, but the value of it is actually really simple. You're gaining a very respectable amount of XP by literally doing nothing. At the end of the day, no matter how much you care about leveling up fast, you still have daily responsibilities that you need to do in your life. Classes over Zoom, schoolwork, eating meals, going to the store, whatever it may be. This is the perfect way to gain solid XP during these times where you normally wouldn't be able to gain any. You simply keep your console on in the background, maybe set an alarm every hour 15 to reset the XP gaining, and all you need to do is take literally 45 seconds to reset the lobby. Even if you have to do something where you're going to be out of the house pretty much all day, like in-person school for example, simply set your console to where it turns off after 2 hours or so, and that way you get at least one set of 31.5k, and then your console also doesn't stay on for 8 hours straight. Now every once in a while there will be some issues with this method. For example, every once in a blue moon it'll glitch and not give you XP for some reason, or the storm may randomly close in early and kill you, but those glitches are definitely rare, and when they happen, simply reset the lobby like you normally would and you should be good to go. I have a feeling there's a decent chance that this gets nerfed or patched sometime in the near future, so you definitely want to take advantage of it as much as possible while it's still here. The other main way to level up that's always available and is now even more important than ever before is actually playing the game, and I do feel that just based on the XP totals I've gotten so far, Epic has buffed gameplay XP at least a bit. Still probably not enough to make up for the removal of punch cards, but it's better than nothing. And when it comes to playing the actual game, even though I had some slight hope this may have changed, it's still basically the same story that it's always been. Unless you're an insane player, your best bet for gaining XP as quick as possible is by playing Team Rumble. Here's the XP from a random Team Rumble game I played that lasted about 15 minutes. I only got about 10 to 12 kills, so it's not like I went insane or anything. And as you can see, I got around 5k combat XP and 19k survival XP. Then here's a solo game where I actually went pretty crazy and tilted. I think I got 5 or 6 kills. Then I got 1 to 2 in the middle part of the game, and I died after around 12 to 15 minutes in 27th place. Despite that performance taking a lot more skill than what I did in Team Rumble, I only got about 3.5k combat XP and 16k survival XP. Team Rumble just gives you way more opportunities to get combat XP easily because you get in so many different fights, and it's also impossible to get eliminated early in Team Rumble unlike a real game, so you're also basically guaranteed max survival XP as well. Plus, just as a cherry on top, it's also much easier to complete any challenges in this mode because you can just glide or redeploy around the entire map, and if you die, you just respawn anyway. However, if you can super consistently place well and get a decent amount of kills in solo especially, you could argue that might be better XP wise, but Team Rumble is just the way safer play overall in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down the comment section below. I want to know either what level you currently are in Season 5 or what your final level was in Season 4. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.